Hello, Nate de volta aqui no pântano da cabana da bruxa da floresta, também conhecido como a mãe de Morgan, nossa amada aqui no jogo. Continuação do episódio anterior, bem rapidinho aqui, só pra avisar que a força acabou bem na hora que eu tava pra concluir a missão. Que eu ia realmente matar a Flemeth como a Morgan pediu. Porém, infelizmente, ela se transformou em um dragão e eu não tenho capacidade alguma de derrotar ela. Eu já fiquei quase 2 horas pra matar aqueles bandidinhos de bosta ali na estrada. Imagine matar um dragão agora, enfim. Esse jogo no Nightmares tá ficando cada vez mais difícil. Quando que eu vou começar a pegar umas quests que é de boa? Que tá mais ou menos no meu nível, assim. Esse que é o problema, né? Eu não sei qual é o nível dos inimigos pra eu conseguir me igualar a eles e saber, essa quest aqui dá pra ir. Se bem que essas quests aí que eu tô sofrendo tudo não. É encontro no meio da floresta, não tem como eu escolher não fazer ela. Mas enfim. Acabou a força bem no meio, então o episódio anterior ficou incompleto. Mas pra completar, só pra encerrar essa missão aí da Morgan, eu vou ver o que eu posso fazer aqui. Eu tô com um pouco de medo porque a velha falou que em algum momento ela vai acabar voltando pra pegar a Morgan. Mas estaremos lá pra defender ela, né? Eu estou me sentindo horrível por isso, mas desculpa, Morgan, eu não tenho a capacidade física de lutar
And
contra
so
ela.
you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Which one, I wonder? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time? That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? Choice. There is power in choices, as there is in lies. I shall give you one of each. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. You get to keep her for a time. It's far easier this way, don't you think? The lies are always more fun.
Yes, fun. Tricking Morgan. Oh, who am I kidding? That does sound fun. I'm a bad man.
Not killing Morrigan's mother. That is the more noble choice, right?
Right? A tangled web you weave, Warden. I hope it's for good cause.
The book is inside the hut, with notes and spells enough to make even Morrigan blush with delight. You and I will not meet again. That I guarantee. Change your mind already? I changed knickers less quickly. Wouldn't we all, alas? Back to this again. Sabers rattling and jaws firmly planted on the floor. Oh, do something. Then do leave an old woman in peace. So many visitors. Next they'll be putting in a road, maybe an inn.
It's done, naturally. Moving on.
Change your mind already? I changed knickers less quickly. Then do leave an old woman in...
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier. You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter. Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor. The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time. Yes, that we will. What's on your mind? I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there. I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched. It did not feel evil. I never feared it. In fact, it infused me with soft, strange warmth I never felt before. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me and was guarding me, for want of a better word. There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them. I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging. You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind? Cure me? What, am I sick now? Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child, your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear. People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough. I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we? What's on your mind? I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else. Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Aneurin. He was my first apprentice. Aneurin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority. What Aneurin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult. Oh, I dread to think. I was a harsh taskmistress. He might have thought I was a demon in disguise. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him. I just wish I had been more aware, stopped for a moment to put myself in his shoes. Aneurin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down. The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. Blood is connected to life, and your blood can be used to track you down. They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him. I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed Aneurin. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves. The apprentices that came after Aneurin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student. And there it is, my story, my one greatest regret. What's on your mind? It is no trouble.
Bom, só passando aqui pra comentar que a Wine e a Liliana não gostaram de eu ter deixado a mãe da Morgan viva, o que é muito estranho. Normalmente são elas que acham legal eu salvar pessoas porque elas são mais boazinhas. E interessante esse diálogo que a gente teve com a Wine agora. Porque ela tá falando, ela está comentando como se isso tivesse. Como se aquele desmaio dela tivesse acontecido, tipo, hoje. Só que esse desmaio aconteceu a primeira vez que a gente saiu de lá da Torre dos Magos. Da Torre do Circle. Circle of Magic. Foi a primeira vez que a gente saiu de lá, foi a primeira vez que a gente andou na estrada com ela. E desde então acho que a gente já foi pra acampamento umas 4, 5 vezes. Ela falou assim, o que aconteceu hoje? Meio atrasada, mas é meio que também agora a gente ganha um pouco da lealdade dela, né? A gente até ganhou a costa dela pelo arrependimento. E foi interessante ver que ela tem um anjo da guarda, né? A versão do anjo da guarda aí, tipo, também envolve o Fade. Tanto os Darkspawns, que seriam os demônios. Não só os Darkspawns, tem os demônios mesmo lá, sucubos e tudo mais. Tem os demônios e tem os anjos, né? Só que eles não usam o nome anjo aí. Tanto que a gente falou assim, ele é o seu protetor. Mas é um anjo da guarda, né? É o mesmo conceito. E ela é uma morta-viva, ela está no limiar. Interessante, gostei desse conceito. E uma coisa que eu reparei no Dragon Age até agora, principalmente jogando no Nightmare, que 90% das gameplays é só eu conversando com os personagens, assim, tipo, incessantemente. Quando eles pegam pra falar, eles falam e não para mais. E quando eu tô no combate, o combate que deveria ser, tipo, muito rápido, porque é tipo um combate com 6, 7 inimigos. Se eu estivesse jogando no normal, eu derrotaria eles rapidinho. É o que tá mais demorando, assim. Raramente tem combate, aí esse um combate que vai ter no episódio, eu vou ficar 2 horas pra matar 6 caras, porque eles são muito difíceis. E isso é peculiar, mas fazer o que, né? E outra coisa que eu não comentei sobre o episódio anterior é esse triângulo amoroso que tá rolando entre eu e a Morgan e a Liliana, hein? A vida imita a arte imita a vida. E só isso que eu tenho a dizer. Bom, por mais que seja um triângulo amoroso, a gente só consegue acabar com uma no final, né? E eu já fiz minha escolha. Vocês já sabem quem é. Mas vamos ver até onde a gente aguenta com a Liliana. Enfim. Vamos lá, enfrentar a bucha. Que é dar mentir para Morgan, né? É uma mentirinha do bem. Né? Eu não tinha outra escolha, eu não conseguiria matar ela. Enfim, espero que ela não fique machucada com a gente. Qualquer coisa é só voltar no sei.
What's on your mind? It is no trouble.
Looking for little old me? Yes? What's on your mind?
Something on your mind? Of course.
Yes. As you wish.
So, full of questions, are you? Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds. I wish to ask a question of you. I wish to know your opinion of love. You and I have been intimate, for one. We have been close for some time now. You are impressive in many ways, and you even protected me from Flemeth without hope of reward. I feel anxious when I look upon you. I dislike this sense of dependency. 'Tis a weakness I abhor. If this is love, I wish to ascertain that you do not feel the same. Then we are both fools, and we need to do something immediately. I have allowed myself to become too close. This is a weakness for us both. You are not listening to me. Do not be such a fool. This is for your own good. I am not like other women. I am not worth your distraction, and you are not worth mine. You are impossible. Have it your way, but I will tell you truly now. You will regret it in the end. Your desire? So, full of questions, are you? Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not. I was told to accompany you and to help you, and that I shall. This may extend to the teaching of my mother's skills in time. For now, I simply do not know you well enough. I promise nothing. Your desire? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away. Your desire? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. I think not. Because something must be amiss with me in order to refuse your charms. You'll have to forgive me if I do not leap at your command like a trained warhound. I do not wish to discuss it. Leave me be. Your desire? We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Ah, such a romantic, I see.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheap... I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected. And with your discount.
It doesn't have better things to do. On then.
É, meus amigos, aparentemente conquistamos o amor de Morgan. Foi melhor do que eu esperava. E toda a conversa que eu tinha com ela, a todo momento eu com cagaço de falar alguma coisa. Eu com o ânus fechadinho, com medo de falar algo que ia desagradar ela, porque até que os caras foram bem realistas aqui nos diálogos, né? Pra quem nunca namorou, é bem parecido com isso aqui mesmo. E ela mesma falou que, fazendo joguinho de, não tô interessado agora, que não sei o que lá.
Here I am.
Eu nem comentei dele também, né? Isso aqui já chegou e já de zóio em mim. Falei assim, cara, desculpa, mas eu não gosto muito da sua fruta, hein? Minha sexualidade é morenas. É Morgans.
Oh, this should be good.
Looking for little old me?
Bom, agora sim. Encerra essa parte. E vou-me para a parte dos anões. Que mais dos anões? Eu não sei. Tô falando isso porque eu tinha lido em algum lugar que essa Frostback Mountains aí, em algum lugar do lore do jogo, que essa Frostback Mountains tinha anões, mas não tenho certeza. Mas é isso. E daí pra cá, no próximo episódio, começando um novo capítulo. E já namorandinho com a Morgan. Espero que não seja muito difícil. Espero que dê tudo certo e que a luz não acabe no próximo episódio. E é isso. Só rapidinho pra concluir a caça às bruxas. Como eu sempre digo, a gente deveria estar queimando bruxas, não nos apaixonando por ela, mas o que eu posso fazer, né? É mais forte do que eu, a gente não manda nos nossos sentimentos, no nosso coração. Nem a bruxa que era pra gente ter matado, a gente matou. Enfim. Um abraço. Até mais.